Well, it is opening day of Minnesota's bear season, and man, did I get sweaty getting in here. These things are a lifesaver. Scent killer. Okay. So here's the situation. If you have been watching the vlogs that I did leading up to this point, then you know all about the bears that I've got on these baits and the friends that are hunting with me. If not, I will just tell you that I'm sitting on a bait where I've got 3 really big bears in a year that is a really tough year. Everybody that I've talked to is really struggling because there's so much natural foods this year. The white oaks are full of acorns. The hazelnuts, the berries had a great year. They're done now, but they had a great year in berries. Raspberries, blueberries, pretty much everything. And I'm in central Minnesota, and I'm on a bait I call the Big Swamp Bait. And the reason it's called the Big Swamp Bait is because there's a huge swamp that is just on the other side of this bait. This location is terrific. And I've got 3 really nice bears coming in here regularly. I'm getting a lot of pictures of them. I'm going to check them on my cell phone here in a minute because I just pulled the card out of the camera. But these bears, some of them have been coming in pretty early. There's 3 of them that are probably 300 pounds. The smallest one, the biggest one's probably pushing 400. He's got it all scarred up face. And he doesn't come as often in the daylight, but he is here. And he's fairly regular. So I've got a really good chance to kill a heck of a bear off this bait tonight, opening night. We've got a south wind with just a little bit of west to it, which is good for this bait. Anything with, very much west to it's not going to work here. I guess there's a decision-making process that I'm going to have to go through when I see a bear, because all 3 of them are bears that most anyone would be thrilled with. But the biggest one is, it'd be by far the biggest bear I've ever shot in Minnesota. It's a do-it-yourself public land hunt, and getting a bear, mature male bear, on a bait during the daylight in a do-it-yourself public land hunt in highly pressured, high hunted areas. It's just so difficult, and I've got 3 of them. It's just crazy. So life is really good right now. Let's see what this evening brings. I just was getting text while I was driving my 4-wheeler out to the stand, and I got this from my buddy Dave. There's a bear right in front of his crossbow at my home. That is literally about 100 yards from my back deck. And Dave is sitting on that bait. He had 2 bears come in the first 15 minutes, and he just shot one of them. I wasn't even in the stand yet, and he already had a bear. Hope you can see that. I'll cut this off my phone and put it in this video. He's unbelievable. It's 5 o'clock. About 10 minutes ago, the wind switched to the west, which is terrible for in here. Gosh, it's opening day, and I got big bears on this bait. I cannot take a chance. I got to get out of here. I mean, I could wreck this bait. I waited 10 minutes to see if the wind was going to stay out of the west, and then I checked my phone, and the app shows that it's supposed to be west to southwest for the rest of the evening, and I just can't take a chance on this bait with these big adult male bears in here. So tomorrow it's supposed to rain. I might not get to hunt again for 2 days, but I can't ruin this bait on the first night. I've got over 2 weeks of hard work getting these bears in here, and so I'm going home.
About 6 inches into the ground there. And he headed
So
off.
he went this way.
Yep. He went down through from up on the stand. I watched him. He went through there. I could see him turn in. He turned and went down into there. Then I heard water splashing down in there.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Taking a sled
This
down.
is exciting. Yeah, let's just take the sled with us and go. You didn't see any blood yet, huh?
No. by the looks of it. Turned right here.
Let me know where you're seeing blood, and I'll just wait at last blood with you. So you would just get on a trail. But there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one with the beautiful pelt.
Where'd you find it? Oh,
That's why we weren't seeing much blood, is
Getting
because
kinda
it's
high.
the, you know, that
Gills
stuff come
come
out and was plugging up the. Dave, that right there is a 140-pound bear. It's
Yeah.
the tip. It's a little bit above average for what people shoot in Minnesota. I mean, that's a really, for your first bear.
Yep.
Gosh, he's a pretty one too. Geez, he's got a nice pelt.
I was only in the stand, not even half an hour, I don't think, and I had a bear come down the edge of the field and cut into the woods. I watched it for a while, and then it heard a noise. It was looking back into the woods, and I looked, and there was another bear. It was standing up. They were both about the same size. They were eating on licorice, and there was pastries in the barrel. And they come up, they were eating that. The one took a mouthful of licorice and went off into the woods. I thought, well, I'll sit for a while and see what happens. And about 15 minutes later, they came back. So by 4:45, I got my first bear.
You were trying to decide because you texted me. I hadn't even gotten to the stand yet, and he was texting me pictures of this bear at the barrel, and I'm like, you know, that's a good representative bear for your first bear. If you want to shoot it, shoot it. So I'm happy with it. I hope you are. He's got a
Yep.
beautiful pelt on him. It's a,
I am.
you know, nice, good, average, slightly above average representative bear for Minnesota. So now your hunt is done on the very first day.
Yep. Tried 5 years to get a license.
Yeah, 5.
and done in the first hour.
5 preference points, and we got a nice bear here. So let's get her home and get him skinned.